Now we have seen the hormones that are produced from the adrenal medulla. Okay, the hormones that are produced from the adrenal medulla. Okay, we have studied about the hormones that are produced from the adrenal medulla. Now we will see the hormones that are produced from the adrenal cortex of the adrenal gland. So here the adrenal cortex is again of three layers. It is again of three layers. The innermost layer is called as zona reticularis. The innermost layer is called as zona reticularis. And the middle layer is called as zona fasciculata. And the outermost layer is called as zona glomerulosa. Okay, zona glomerulosa. These are the three layers that are present within the adrenal cortex. Now, if you are seeing the zona reticularis, which is the innermost layer, it is involved in producing the hormones called as gonadotropins. And remember here, the zona reticularis is producing which type of hormones means gonadotropins. It is the innermost layer. Okay, zona reticularis is the innermost layer which is producing the hormones called as gonadotropins. And zona fasciculata, it is the middle layer which is producing glucocorticoids, and the outermost layer, which is called as zona glomerulosa, is producing mineral corticoids. It is producing the mineral corticoids. So these are the different types of hormones produced from different layers of the adrenal cortex of adrenal gland. And all these hormones are of what? Cholesterol, containing or made up of what? Cholesterol. Please remember that all these hormones are containing what? Cholesterol, and that's why they are called as corticosteroids. Okay, corticosteroids. They are called as corticosteroids because they are made up of the cholesterol, so they are now named as steroids. Okay, steroids we are calling them as. Now, otherwise, all these hormones produced from the adrenal cortex are called as corticoids. Okay, they are called as corticoids. Hormones produced from the adrenal medulla are called as catecholamines. Hormones produced from the adrenal cortex are called as corticoids. And these corticoids are made up of what? Cholesterol. So that's why they are corticosteroids. Okay, corticosteroids. Now the name is corticoids. Okay, why the name is given as corticoids? It is because they are made up of, they are produced from which part? Means adrenal cortex. Corticoids. Okay, they are produced from the adrenal cortex, so that's why they are called as corticoids. We are calling them. Okay, so we have to remember that. Now, in simple, we will see what are the functions of these hormones produced from different layers. Zona reticularis producing what we said? Gonadocorticoids. Now, gonadocorticoids are sex corticoids. And these sex corticoids are also commonly called as the sex hormones of adrenal glands. Remember that. Gonadocorticoids are commonly called as what? Sex hormones of adrenal gland. Okay, sex hormones of adrenal gland. And these gonadocorticoids, they produce androgens, in males. Okay, this is in males. Okay, this is in the males. They produce androgens, sex hormones. And in the females, they produce the another hormone called as the estrogens. Okay, estrogens. Please remember this. Now, very interesting point is that in males, they produce the androgens for the development of the fetus into male. We know that the sex is determined by the chromosomes, but still, for all these secondary sexual characteristics to be developed in the fetus, it is these androgens which will be helping, and these androgens are produced from what? Gonadocorticoids. Okay, gonadocorticoids. So gonadocorticoids in the males produce androgens which helps in development of the fetus to express the sexual characteristics, male secondary sexual characteristics. In the same way, in the females, okay, they produce what? Estrogens. Gonadocorticoids stimulate for the production of what? Estrogens to produce or to express these female secondary sexual characteristics. And in the same way, now if you are seeing okay, middle layer called as what? Zona fasciculata. Okay, zona fasciculata. It is producing what? Glucocorticoids. Okay, it is producing the glucocorticoids. And now these glucocorticoids are now involved in carbohydrate metabolism. They are involved in what? Carbohydrate metabolism. So here, remember the word itself tells, okay, carbohydrates we commonly use, or the best example, glucose we say. So here glucocorticoids, carbohydrate metabolism, they involve in regulating the carbohydrate metabolism. And the most common, okay, the most common glucocorticoid is cortisol. Okay, the most common, okay, glucocorticoid is cortisol. You have to remember this. Okay, the most common glucocorticoid is cortisol. So glucocorticoids helps in carbohydrate metabolism, we are saying. And the next one is mineral corticoids. Okay, next one is mineral corticoids. So here mineral corticoids are produced from what? The outermost layer of the adrenal cortex called as what? Zona glomerulosa. Zona glomerulosa is the outermost layer of the adrenal cortex, which is involved in what? Producing the mineral corticoids. So if you are saying the mineral corticoids, they regulate the balancing of water and electrolytes in our body. They maintain or they balance the water and as well as the electrolytes in our body. That is very important function that has to occur, that should take place in our body. So here mineral corticoids, okay, mineral corticoids. The most common mineral corticoid is aldosterone. Okay, the most common mineral corticoid is aldosterone. We have to remember this. The most common glucocorticoid is what? Cortisol. The most, okay, common mineral corticoid is what? Aldosterone. So aldosterone regulates the water and electrolytes balance in our body. So these are simple functions which we have seen regarding the hormones that are produced from different layers of the adrenal cortex. Different layers of the adrenal cortex.